Hello, my dear friends. Today we are going to make a very beautiful wire ring. If you like drop-in designs and also pearl wire jewelries, this tutorial is just for you. So let's go and make this beautiful wire ring together. Prepare wire in two sizes, 20 and 24 gauge. The thinner one is for wrapping parts and the thicker one is for the main structure. Round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, wire cutter or flush cutter is the tools needed. For the drop-in parts, I've chosen very little pearls. These are, of course, very tiny and it's hard even to pick up, but let me try again. And this is the pearl that I'm going to use, but you could even use the oval pearls or crystals or any other decorative parts as you desire. And of course, for every ring design, we need a ring mandrel, and this is my wooden ring mandrel that is a conic shape. A piece of paper or paper tape to wrap all around our finger and to size. So let's get started with wrapping that paper tape all around your finger, and one round is the size and the length we need. Cut it off and put it in front of you as a guide. Pick up the 20 gauge wire, make it all straight, put it on the length you had determined, and plus 4 centimeters for 4 loops that we are going to make, and then cut it out with flush cutter or wire cutter. There is a tip here. If you put the paper tape here at the midpoint of your finger and then wrap it all around, there would be a space. When you close your fingers, they touch each other, and you should avoid making any decorative parts in this space. So I make a tie here to determine that space and put it again in front of me to continue. Put the wire on this measurement, and this is the place I should start and leave that safe zone and make a loop. Again, put your round nose pliers, make it straight, and if needed, use your chain nose pliers to make the wire flat. I need to make another loop just after the first one. So again, I put round nose pliers in about half of a centimeters from the first one and make the second loop. I'm going to continue that for the third and fourth one. How many loops is needed? It depends on your size, and you should pay attention to the safe zone on both sides, right and left. And the remaining space is all okay to make loops. For me, 4 loops is enough. Let me check the straight wires on both sides again and make them straight with chain nose pliers. Now again, pick up 20 gauge wire, put it on the size and about 1.5 times cut it out. This is the wire I'm going to wrap all around the first one. I put it just like a cross, something like this, and keep both tight with chain nose pliers and start wrap it and roll it all around the first structure. And pay attention not to open chain nose pliers till you get at least 3 or 4 centimeters and to be tight. Then you could put it with your fingers, and if needed, use your chain nose pliers to fasten those wrapping parts. It's just like an helix that wraps all around. I'm doing that between every loop, and I continue that till the end. Now it's finished, and I wrapped one wire all around the other one, and I'm going to cut the extra part at the very end with wire cutter or flush cutter. And don't forget to squeeze both start and ending point with chain nose pliers. It's the time to pick up the thinner wire of 24 gauge and insert your first pearl in. And after that, we are going to make 2 closed loops at both ends. So leave a space of about 1 centimeters, make a very little loop, and then wrap the extra part all around for one side, and then I'm going to repeat that for the other side. Just put round nose pliers, make a loop, and wrap the wire for at least 2 or 3 times. Then cut it out with wire cutter and squeeze it with chain nose pliers. This would be the first drop-in part that I'm going to attach to the first loop. You could do that with jump rings, or if you're not willing to use jump rings, you could insert every drop-in part when you are making each loop. I'm going to attach these 2 parts with jump rings, which I put the tutorial above on how to make a jump ring. Then for the ends, I use jewelry files to smooth those sharp edges. I had explained more about using jewelry files on the link above. And if you don't have any jewelry files, you could make both ends curved. Put a paper tape on your finger to protect your skin. And at the end, we are going to wrap this structure all around the ring mandrel and at the point that is proper to the size of our ring. And we could do that by wrapping the paper tape all around the ring mandrel. Okay, let's put it at the middle and wrap it gradually all around. And you could use a plastic part of your tool to squeeze it more. Let's test it out. It seems to be a little loose, and yes, it's too loose. And I'm going to put it again on the ring mandrel on the smaller size and squeeze it more. And because it's twisted, it might be a little difficult to squeeze it, and I'm using my round nose pliers to do so. Let's test it out again. It's all good, but I'm going to cut the extra part out, and again to put it on the ring mandrel at the size we had determined and make the start and ending point close to each other. Then twist and squeeze the parts that might be opened. And now this is all good. Our very beautiful wire ring is ready with those drop-in pearls. What do you think about this design? Please comment it below for me.